skinny, a real woman, kind of skinny, but also, kind of, soft, graceful, and a man's hand should be kind of skinny, but also very wiry, okay? A man, his, index finger, or whatever, should be longer than his trigger finger. Well, trigger finger might be the index. His ring finger should be longer than the trigger finger. So you see it right here. Ring finger longer than the trigger finger. Right here, ring finger longer than the trigger finger. So those are some of the things you want in a real man who's an actual child of God, right? But this is only true for the members of God's children. The devil has his own children on earth, and the devil's children are of both sexes in the same body. They may look like a man, but they have female features, and they may look like a woman, but they have male features, okay? And it is the devil's children who are the rulers of this earth. And I'm going to, you Hebrew Israelites are so hyped up on, white man or Esau or, the Jews or, whoever, that you can't figure out that most of the people who are controlling your so-called camps are the devil's children, as in tares, as in, they're transgendered, they're trannies, and I'm gonna prove it here. They are all the devil's children, agents of Satan. Alright? So, here we go. Let's prove. Show and prove, right? Now, this is them obviously posing for a picture. Now remember what I told you about the arm. This guy has a really short arm. Let's zoom out real quick. This is his whole body. First off, his torso is too long for a real man. A woman needs a long torso because she's got to give birth and have those kind of organs. A man wants longer legs because for running and for hunting prey and stuff like that. A man needs longer legs. A woman needs a longer torso. Look how short. The guy's hands doesn't reach down to his knees. A real man should have hands that reach almost down to his knees. They should be like right here. Or like right here at least. But they're up here. That's not how it should be. Look how short it is, okay? It's not how it should be. But also, let's look. See the eyes? The eyes are so close together, right? See the head? The skull shape, it's more like an oval and not so much like a rectangle, okay? Let's take a look at this guy. Bit of a hairline, but look at his eyes. Very close together. And just look how soulless the guy looks. Okay? Lips. There's no vertical lines there. Hands. Take a look at the hands. Again, they come short. His knees are like down here. His hands are like up here. That's not how it ought to be, alright? It's not how it ought to be. And, on your own spare time, you guys can just take a look at all of these different guys and see how many of them are actually like this. They all have close together eyes, and their eyes are oftentimes squinty, isn't it? That squinty eye thing, that's, I don't know, that's some serpentine stuff, okay? when you see a white or a black person with these squinty eyes, you know, they some snakes, alright? That ain't normal. So yeah, all of these guys, they all got short. Look at this guy. Big guy, right? You know, probably calls himself Big Judah or something like that. But look at his hands. Look. His knee is right here, but his hands are right there. This dude's a woman. Okay? I know that's hard for you because the thing about it, these things, the devil's children, they're clones. And Satan makes them, and his basically, he has his own underwater and underground bases where he can just pump out clones left and right. And they can put a beard on a clone, and they can do all this stuff to make it look rough and masculine, but at the end of the day, it's still a female. Okay? This is still a female. This is not a man. Look at the short arms. Look how close together the eyes are. Look at the lips, alright? There's no brow ridge. The forehead has curvature. It's not a sloping forehead that's angular like a real man should be. Okay? That's just how it is. They're all the devil's children. Same thing right here, man. This guy, he's not so bad, but when you take a look, probably should have more of a sloping forehead. He has no brow ridge, no brow bone. That's a woman, okay? I mean, not as bad as the other ones, but still a woman. Look at this joker. Look how soulless his eyes are. No brow bone. No sloping forehead, a smooth forehead with curvature. That's a woman. A woman should have that, but not a man. Okay? Just when you look at just about everyone in this whole picture, all those traits I told you about, they all have them. Okay? They all got the short arms too. Look how short this guy's arms are. It's because he's Mexican. No, it's not because he's Mexican. It's because he's a woman. The devil's children are males or men who are actually female. Let's go. Alright. First off, they have them all doing the little hand over the heart. Well, what are they doing? Are they saying the Pledge of Allegiance? Well, as Hebrew Israelites, I doubt that because, Hebrews aren't supposed to do the little Pledge of Allegiance, right? I mean, they're Hebrews, right? So, they're not saying the Pledge of Allegiance. It's the same old Masonic hand over the heart type of deal. It's just a Masonic hand sign, which is really an occultic satanic hand sign, which these devil's children, they know these things better than God's children, okay? They can all link up mentally, they all know the tricks of the trade, okay? Real humans are usually unaware, but the devil's children, they are not unaware. They're all doing a satanic hand sign. Is because they're not what they appear to be. They're just demons and fallen angels, because that's what the devil's children are. Look at the hands of those two girls. See how long the fingers are? That's not right. Okay? That's not right. See, Remember we were talking about all the short-armed men? Well, here's the reverse. An alleged female, but look how long her arms are. Her knees should be somewhere up in here. Her hand is like right here. Her arm is too long for a little girl. Not for a little boy, though. Because that's what she is, honestly. And, let's see another one. Okay, let's get Granny. No, I ain't sparing Granny. Look at Granny's jaws. Well, first of all, look at her neck. You see the neck on this woman right here? See how long it is? A woman should have a short neck. A man should have a tall neck. This woman ain't right. She ain't right, okay? Look at her jaw. Is her jaw more like a V? Or is it more like a U? Like a man should be? It's more like a U. This woman is a tranny, okay? She's actually a male. Let's take a look at this woman right here. See the sloping forehead? My pencil. See the sloping forehead? You can't even deny. That's an angular sloping forehead on this woman. And you guys are going to say, well, black women just look bull crap. Black women do not look like males. Real black women, okay? You've been so used to these trannies that you can't tell the difference between a real black woman who is God's daughter and a fake clone black woman who's really a male who's the daughter of the devil. You can't tell the difference, most of you. Alright? Same with this woman right here. Sloping forehead. Look how thick the bone of her skull is. That's not a real woman. Okay. Let's go. Another video. Alright, so the Grand Poobah. Nathaniel Ray. First of all, he's turning his head so it looks a little wider and bigger than it actually is. But when you really look at it, you can still tell how thin the skull really is. A woman's skull should be thin, but not a man's skull. The other thing, look at the lips again. No vertical lines. Makes sense if he's a woman, not so if he's a man. Take a look at this forehead. See how smooth it is. There's no sloping forehead. It's not angular. Okay? There's no brow bone. There's no brow bone here. He has these small ears, this small, thin, pressed together skull. He has no brow bone, no vertical lines in the lips, because he's a female. He's clearly a female, okay? Take the beard off, put some hair on. I mean, not quite there, but you're getting close. He's a total female. And yeah, they can do a lot with these clones. And, they can give them testosterone and what have you. But they're still females. This dude. No vertical lines. Fairly close together eyes. The brow ridge is there, but it's like an M. A real male who's a man should have a straight brow ridge. It shouldn't arch. These arching brow ridges, I guess maybe when you take a small female skull and you give it testosterone, it creates that arch effect because it's like the bone is popping out but it's still pressed together or something. I don't know. But these tranny men, these men who are really females, they have these arching brow bones. Okay? But that's not how it should be. Slope, he doesn't have a real hairline. And this is not male pattern baldness, okay? Look at it. That's just not normal male pattern baldness. This is, he has a sloping forehead. He has a sloping, hairline, okay? And again, look at the ears. Pretty small, I'd say. Look at the chin, also. He's covering it up with a beard, but still, you can tell this is a V-shaped chin. It's not a U-shaped chin. It's a V-shaped chin. That's a female trait, man. Also, I came across this page for Nathaniel Ray, which, Ray. I could see a fallen angel calling themselves Ray, but I can't see a real human man doing it. But anyway, this Nathaniel Ray character, I came across a blog, the Holy Temple of the Most High.blogspot.com. It was saying Nathaniel Ray was a clone of James Worthy. Now, let's take a look at it. That's James Worthy. And he's a tranny too. Take a look at the small ears right here. The lack of a hairline. He has no real hairline, like a woman. Okay? So that's James Worthy. This is Nathaniel Ray. Again, take a look at the small ears. But if that isn't quite enough,